to another Dope Superman Blog Live videos. We're gonna be talking today about Power Rangers. Before we say anything, I just want to say again and again and again, every time that I get a chance, how excited I am to see the Once and Always Power Ranger Once and Always episode, the 30th anniversary. The trailer came out, and my 2 cents on that was just getting crazy because the way they honoring Trini Twang, who played Trini, that was just amazing. And my feelings are gonna be like crying for that one because I don't know that because that one it hurts. It hurts to see her that she's gone. Would have been cool to have her back, see her more, but she's gone. So, and the fact that they're going a little bit dark for Power Rangers, like they're using the kill word, like they're actually saying that Robo Rita killed Trini, like she killed mom, like that's crazy. That's huge for Power Rangers because Power Rangers never got that. It was always dark. It had no. How do I want to put this? They had their dark moments. Wasn't always dark, but they had their dark moments. Sometimes they had, like really dark scenes, whatever. Okay, but never dark dialogue as in we killed somebody. So that's cool. That's cool that they're getting a little bit dark with that. It's cool to see all the cast back, the original cast back. It's good to see a bunch of these. I'm normally Mighty Morphin. It'll kind of be like redundant because they always bring the Mighty Morphin people back, and I'm so happy. I'm always happy to see the Mighty Morphin people back. Don't get me wrong, but there's also thousands of underagers that I want to see back. But in this case, we're gonna allow it. I'm gonna be allowing it and not say it's redundant because a lot of these people haven't come back in a long time. Haven't seen since 2007. Adam. Haven't seen since Aisha since she left their series. Same thing for David Yost, who plays Billy, and same thing for Walter Emanuel Jones, who plays Zach. We haven't seen them for a long time, so it's like since they left their series, their respective series, and so that's why it's a big deal and all that's like because we haven't seen them in forever, and I really like that Zach and Billy are the ones in the front. Like yeah, I'm really glad that they're actually gonna let Billy be in the action because usually Billy is the one in the back. Billy is the one in the back being the smart guy. I'm glad that he could be smart while still being able to, be a lead in the thing and show that why he's worth and stuff like that. And I'm really excited for it all. I'm really excited for it all. Definitely. Big Power Ranger fan is me. Brings out the love for it all. I really love the trailer. I've seen it multiple times, and I don't know. I'm just obsessed with seeing it over and over and over. But yeah, April 19th. It's right around the corner too. It's like 2 weeks from away or so. Very excited about that. Very excited about that. It's like maybe 2 to 3 weeks. Well, we're in the brink of it. We're so close. Anyways, yeah. Now we're getting a 30th anniversary. Whatever. That's cool. Whatever. Can we just talk about bringing some Rangers? So I have read it. Yes, I have read it, and I love Reddit because you get to see people to talk about you put a subject and this is a topic. So I'm in the Power Rangers Reddit, and I love to post there because there's a bunch of fans that we get talking about Power Rangers and stuff. So that's cool. And I want to just talk a little bit about how somebody put we should have a Zeo or other Ranger in space reunion episode. So what do I say about that? Well, I don't mind. Here's how I want it. I don't mind that Mighty Morphin people come back. I don't really mind it. I love it. Uh, the only thing that I'm saying about that is, look, all these people haven't been seen. A bunch of these people haven't been seen in a long time. So I'm very happy, and I don't mind if they keep coming back every time that they have a chance. I don't care. I do not care. But what I want and what I'm asking for in my end is to see people like more like Hector David Jr. because he appeared on that big one in Mega Force. Fine. But every time it's always Mighty Morphin, which is fine. Like I said, I don't care. But I just want to see more return from other seasons because Mighty Morphin isn't the only one out there. It's not the only Power Rangers series out there. And to me, I'm looking at it and saying, we can get Hector David back, Najee Tej back, um, um, the Andros actor, I forgot his name, Chris something, can't think of it, man. But you get the point. We get Jason Font. Man, there's a lot of Rangers out there that people love and would like to see return. And I'm pretty sure if you were to ask them, let's do something, I'm pretty sure most of them would say yes. I'm pretty sure Hector David Jr. would say yes. And that's the thing. And that's the thing. It's always Mighty Morphin, which is pretty freaking cool. I love Mighty Morphin. I think that is my favorite. But if I have to try to say what's my favorite without saying that one, without saying Mighty Morphin, my favorite season has to be. I really like Samurai, but I don't know. What's my favorite season? Dino Thunder or Jungle Fury? I really like Jungle Fury a lot. Jungle Fury a lot. It's really good, but you understand how Mighty Morphin is my favorite. Obviously it's the original, whatever. It's a classic feel to it, different feel to it, but it's so good. And I'm not mad that they're back. I'm not mad that they always bring in Mighty Morphin season people. Not mad about that. I'm not ever gonna be mad about that. What I am gonna say, and what I am nitpicking about, is that they should focus on also bringing other people back. Because, I want them to make us a crossover episode, an anniversary episode, where it's centered around someone trying to defeat every Ranger from every universe. And and you get one from you'll see like a cameo from like different Rangers and stuff from different teams, and you try to get at least like one, and then, like you don't have to get everyone back at the same time, but like one anniversary, whatever, or I don't know. I just think that they should bring more people. They should focus on bringing people other than Mighty Morphin. Mighty Morphin, I love you. We would always. I'm not gonna always. Uh, how do I want to say this? I'm not gonna always want a Mighty Morphin person to be back because I want them always. I don't have any problem with that. Well, is what I'm having a problem with is that they're focusing a little bit too much on Mighty Morphin and forgetting about other Rangers that should be returning. Like, look, I love Mighty Morphin like NX. If they come back, I'd never in my life would say I don't want them back. I don't care. They can always come back as anytime as they want. But we need to focus on other Rangers. Alright, you got that. Me rambling around, taking over. Okay, now let's get this. Um, let's see. Yep. Okay. Another subject matter. You guys remember I made the video with the YouTuber Chris Catataforce. He made the cameo for me, and I made a video centered around his cameo, right? This Chris Catataforce, a Philippine YouTuber. You guys remember? I told you, and I explained a little bit more. I explained go watch that video first before I say anything. Go watch that video. I'm gonna give you guys time. Okay, guys. Now, once you watch that video, you come back to about 9 minutes in this video, to where you left off, and you're gonna hear me talk a little bit more about him. Man, he's such an underrated YouTuber. I really like how he puts his all, and I want to just take the moment to shout out him, and say what an underrated YouTuber he is, because I've always liked his videos. I've always enjoyed it, and the way he puts his time, and I just want to shout out that person. I don't really know too much about the people behind that he works with, except Damien, I think he's the uncle, so nephew or something. But there's this guy, he cosplayed as a Ninja Turtle Power Ranger, and you can imagine those type of Okay, you guys know that when you okay, so this is why you know I'm a big Power Ranger fan, and I go to cons, and you guys wondering why haven't I become a Power Ranger for a con? Well, I'll tell you why. It's just being a regular Power Ranger in itself. It's so expensive. So I could be a really cheap Power Ranger and get the skin to, uh, you know, thing, but I don't want to go cheap because I think those like masks, helmets, the masks version of the helmets, I really don't like them. I mean, it may be funny for those videos, yeah, cool for to make funny videos, but if you're gonna be a cosplayer and you're gonna be a Power Ranger, you might as well just go all out. Because, but in that case, it's super expensive because a helmet is like 100 something bucks, just the helmet, a good one that goes around, and that's what I'm looking for. I don't really know where to get stuff like that, so that's why I haven't been, And then the costume itself is like 80s, hundreds, to get a good one, depending on which ranger you want to be. If you want to be like, Tommy the Green, probably like get a lot of money, especially now that he died. Rest in peace. But yeah, it's just not easy to be a Power Ranger. You think it, and then and why am I bringing this up? Because I want to shout out to a guy who actually not on top of not only being a Power Ranger, he's a Ninja Turtle Power Ranger. So I can imagine that costume is like tons of money. And shout out to that guy. He looked amazing, amazing. But yeah, yeah, no, that guy in Chris's video, like, shoot, shoot. And that's why I want you. Chris is one underrated YouTuber. He gets people that put passion into Power Rangers and puts them in videos. Yeah, I'm always a big fan of Chris Katata Force and his journey. Yeah, yeah. What what's another Power Ranger talk that I want to talk about? Okay, now we talked a little bit about Chris Katata Force. We talked a little bit about the 30th anniversary and what I and the future, what I want in other ones. Talk about conventions. All right, we want to talk about conventions. I want to talk about some of the Rangers that I want to meet. And for starters, both the Pink Rangers, Catherine Sutherland and Amy Jones Johnson, are people that I really want to meet more than anything. Because someone comment this. I showed everybody. I was showing people when I met Walter Jones at the Flint Arcade. Shout out to Flint Arcade. Um, Shout out to Flint Arcade for the Rocky and the Zach meet and greets. Take a time to shout him out. But anyways, so I was showing people in the Power Ranger Reddit. Remember the Reddit? I was showing them I met Walter Emmanuel Jones, and they're like, "Oh, that's cool. What other ones are you meeting?" Okay, so other ones that I met consist of it was Zach, Billy, Tommy, Zach, Billy, Tommy, Mike, Zach, Billy, Tommy, Mike, Adam, Zach, Billy, Tommy, Adam, Mike, and Jason. Also met Jason. So like six or seven of them I met, and the person commented back saying, "Oh, really cool that you met them all. Now time for the women." Alrighty. Um, Back when they came in 2018 or 2019, there was just so many people I couldn't meet them all because I didn't have a job and the money for it. So I met who I can, and glad that I met Kevin Conroy one of those years because, and then the next year, Jason David Frank. So really cool that I did that. Really cool that I did that because they passed away. Rest in peace to both of them. But ever since then, I say that because I think Nikki Bertrice was in SuperCon and Catherine Sutherland was in SuperCon, one of them. But anyways, I just want to point this. I want to point this out. Those girls are kind of hard to meet. And like, when it comes to male, there's always a chance, but for certain males, but for the female, I know that Catherine Sutherland Nikita Paris and the other lady, Karen Ashley, and Karen Ashley. There you go. That's her name. Karen Ashley do cons, but have they come in my area? No, they haven't. Amy Jo Johnson did a convention not too long ago. Collect what was it? Collecticon, something like that. That was in Jacksonville. Do I look? Okay, well, obviously I'm in Miami. Nowhere near Jacksonville. And I keep praying that she goes to Tampa Bay Comic Con this year. I keep praying for that because I think more or less that we're in the brink of the end for guests for SuperCon. So I don't really think anything of it. And besides that, I'm going to meet Zachary Levi there. But it's Tampa Bay Comic Con. I don't know, man. I want to meet Amy Jo Johnson. And I feel like Amy Jo, like, I want to meet the two people I want to meet the most are Catherine Sutherland and Amy Jo Johnson. We'll do three because Jacqueline Swayze, I want to meet her too. So maybe those three are like the most right now I want to meet. Man, I've been trying to meet Amy Jo Johnson. She came in 2017 to Florida SuperCon, but I was going to meet. My mom had bought tickets for Retro SuperCon, and that's where I met Billy. So. But other than that, I haven't seen her come in my natural area. And Tampa Bay, she went to Tampa Bay one year, but that was before my mom lived there. And it was just too far. You know, it was just too far to go. Now my mom is over there, and I'm going this year. So hopefully, man, I want to meet Amy Jo Johnson more than anything. In the Power Rangers universe, there's a lot of people I want to meet. But in the female department, Amy Jo Johnson's at the top of my list. Probably the number one person I want to meet the most. And I'm going to be telling her that. I want to meet her and tell her that you are the one on my top of my list for female Power Rangers that I want to meet more than anything. And it's true. I'm saying it now. So that, you guys don't think when I'm saying it later that I'm just saying it, out of nowhere. She is nowhere near coming to me in my area. Okay? So, I'm just going to say it before she comes and has a meet and greet near me or in an area that I can go. Just saying it. I want to meet her. Number two priority, probably Catherine Sutherland. And we're talking about the female Rangers. But in females, number one, Amy Jo, and number two, Catherine Sutherland. I want to meet Catherine Sutherland more than anything. I love Catherine Sutherland. I love her. But, hey man, the women are harder to meet. But which is so annoying because Catherine Sutherland, Nikita Paris, Karen Ashley, all three of them, I love cons. They love meet and greets. They're doing it all the time with the fans. All the time they're doing it with fans. And that's why I'm like, come on, they're always doing it with fans. Why isn't it hit the point to come down to Tampa Bay Comic Con or to Florida SuperCon or to my area? It has been a while since you guys have done that. So there's the fully response to the person who messaged me. Why I haven't met any of the women. Well, the women are much a smaller chance of meeting than it is of a male Power Ranger coming out. Because it's always been a male Power Ranger. There's always been, for years, male this, male that, male this, male that. Here, come meet this guy, come here, meet this guy. And you're looking at it and saying, yeah, we're at a female. So, yeah. If you want to talk about females that I want to meet, I think number one priority is Amy Jo Johnson, for sure. And can I just say my third most prioritized Ranger, Jacqueline, is super hard to meet. I think she's only an LA kind of gal. I hate when I particularly hate when they are those type of people that like do cons only in stick in one area, and it's like, yeah, I love you, yeah, you have a good time, but you only stick in like that area. Most of the cons that you do are like Gia. You don't know how many people love Gia. I love Gia, and I think that she's probably the best thing to come out of Megaforce, and that's because she puts the love into Power Rangers, and she has been in other projects, Power Ranger related projects. being Gia, and I think that's why she got popular. And I think yeah, so I like Gia, and I know a bunch of other people like Gia, and she seems like she's a LA meet and greeter, like you would have to be at LA area to meet her, and that to me is so annoying because it's not fair to the people who are big fans and they see you're like come meet me here, and it's like LA again, California, like California much. Like you go around doing California tours, and what about other people? What about Miami? What about, I'm saying Miami because that's where I'm. What about Texas? That just sucks. It just sucks. Like I get it. If you want to do more in your home city, I don't mind that. But you gotta show some love to other cities that really like Power Rangers and want to meet you. Well, so for females, it's not easy. I think it's harder to meet a female Power Ranger versus meeting a male Power Ranger. And it's just so annoying when I see Catherine Sutherland do her meet and greets, or Nikita Paris or Karen Ashley, and they always do it together because they were in the shows together. I think Karen Ashley and Catherine Sutherland were in Mighty Morphin, and Nikita Paris and Catherine Sutherland were in Zeo together, so they're all correlated together. So they like to really do meet and greets together most of the time. But yeah, they just don't come down here as often. And I've been wanting to see Catherine Sutherland for the longest. And I'm gonna tell you that Catherine Sutherland is one of my top favorite Power Rangers. Oh, and also the Pink Ranger from Time Forces, another Ranger that I want to meet. But I think she's a little bit harder than the ones I've mentioned. Even harder than Amy Jo Johnson, because I think Amy Jo Johnson still does cons. Barely, but still does. And that's the thing. I really want her in my collection of people that I met, especially the Power Ranger collection. I want it. If I had to choose who I want my first female Ranger to be, it would be Amy Jo Johnson. I wouldn't mind if a substitute would be Catherine Sutherland. I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind that she stands as my first Ranger of all time. My first Ranger that I met is David Yost. And to me, that's a pretty good first one. Because I love David Yost. But yeah, I need to continue with my mini grids of Power Rangers. So, but there isn't any Power Ranger mini grid yet near me. I'll tell you that. So I'll tell you that. We're waiting for Tampa Bay Comic Con to announce more guests. They announced their first round of guests, which is pretty fire. They announced Finn as, I guess, a solo, but we're waiting for the rest. We're waiting for the rest, and I'm hoping, God damn it, please bring Amy Jo Johnson. I'm begging. I am constantly tagging them with guests that I want. And Amy Jo Johnson has probably been one of the most tagged that they have been tagged the most from me with Amy Jo Johnson. I don't know, man. I just think that we need to try to see if we can get the females down here. Hopefully we can snag Amy Jo Johnson this year for Tampa Bay Comic Con, because I am for sure begging that she can come. I've been saying this for a long time. Amy Jo Johnson, please come. SuperCon. I feel like she could still come to SuperCon again, but it's like now she's not. I feel like she's not much of a con person, but she does cons, and it's like so, most of it is in Jacksonville, up north of Florida, and it's like, hello. I don't know, man. I'm keeping an eye. I've been keeping an eye on Catherine Sutherland for the longest, and Amy Jo Johnson. I have been keeping an eye on her. I'm also keeping an eye on Tampa Bay Comic Con more than ever this year. I didn't really keep up with everything that happened last year because of me not going. But this year I'm going, and I'm keeping an eye on it so hard and making sure I don't miss anything. I'm gonna go either way, but I want to make sure that I don't miss anything. I'm looking at it, and man, I really beg for freaking Amy Jo Johnson. And I'm gonna say here, look, So you guys don't think that I'm making it up on the spot because she is going to have a meet and greet near me and I'm going, whatever the heck. I'm gonna let you know this right now. Amy Jewel Johnson is number one priority. Okay? Second being Catherine Sutherland, third being Jacqueline, and fourth maybe being Gia, and second and fifth maybe being Jen Scott. Sixth maybe being uh RPM Jenna. Jenna, I think is her name. RPM Jenna. Yeah, I like her too. But yep, those are probably it. But I'm telling you this now before I come out and say, "Oh my God, Amy Jo Johnson's going to this con. We're going to that con." So that's my list, and that's not changing. And I'm letting you know that because I'm trying to not be like, "Oh yeah," from the start. Since day one, I've been wanting that. And doesn't mean that I don't want the other Rangers. I just want this Ranger more than others. I do like them all, but I like every Ranger. But I just want to say that I put more love into it, and this is what I like about Power Ranger fans. Everyone has their own taste of love and affection for it. Everyone has their cup of tea, which one they like more. Everyone, I think the fans like them all. It's just I think here and there you love more, some more than others. And for me, those are, I'm that type of guy who likes them all. Doesn't I don't really think I hate anybody. I see it and be like, oh, but I just love some more than others. Some really captivate me, sweep me off my feet, stuff like that. Alright guys, I think I'm gonna end it here. I think I'm gonna end it here, yeah. I think that's what we're gonna do. So what I want you guys to do is remember to go watch Chris Katata Forest, the YouTuber. Put it in YouTuber. Second thing I want you guys to do is like, and if you haven't subscribed, do that too. We're trying to hit 100 subscribers. So, yeah. And then the last but not least thing I want you guys to do is share this video and make sure that this video gets some love.